Hello you wonderful people and welcome to another video today on Monday, the day before Planet Coaster World's Fair launches. This is tomorrow. You can get the game via Steam, but you can also easily jump to my description and take part in a little giveaway, and maybe with a little bit of luck you are the chosen one to have this on your desk tomorrow morning already. But we need to talk about something else, and this is the new addition into the game, the new transport ride, the People Mover, or, and I'm just going to play the game again, how Planet Coaster calls it, the Polarity. I feel like in various videos I've seen today, it came a bit short, to be honest. Everybody said that it is the best addition to the game, but nobody really showed off what it is like. And I wanted to take that opportunity and show you this great ride a little bit more in detail. So you can see already what I did with the thing over here. So I tried to mimic a little bit how a World's Fair would look like. So you would actually have a little bit of flat concrete area with a few trees in between, and then you have this mover thing around. You potentially also know the Epcot People Mover from, oh, it's Tomorrowland, I guess, if I remember correctly, and if I do remember within editing the video in a few minutes, I will put a screenshot in so you can see the comparison between those two. But yeah, this is a new transport ride, and now let's, without further ado, and talking about this, I'm just going to move over to this hand side on the right hand side, and we're just going to build one of these things, so you can see already what this looks like. And there are a few cool things about this one, where we have to actually talk about that one, because this is super awesome. Where is it though? Oh, that transport rides, that was my mistake. So it's called the Polarity Light Rail, and if we're going to plop it down, you can already see the station is fairly small, so I like the small footprint of it. Just moving it slightly into the ground so that the station is hidden. I kind of like this. And here you can see already, and these are the utilities you can choose from within the utilities a little area in here. So if we can as always extend it, we can as always bend it to the left and to the right. We can even tilt it slightly up to 3 degrees, which is not that much, but it is optional. We can make it stop, which is also cool. Like with the bus ride, you can already guess what it is useful is, but we're just going to use that right here. We're just building a stop section over here, and then we are going into a dual station. You can see dual segment, I should say. You can see this dual segment works pretty much like that. And now if we stop and go into single ride again, we are going to build this on the right hand side. These two are working in different directions. So this is like going to the right hand side now, and the upper one is going to the left hand side. So if we want to connect those, we need to make, for example, a little bit of a teardrop shaped turn. I'm just going quickly to do this. Let me just check if I made that just nicely enough. Yeah, well, it's not perfect, but yeah, that's how you would make the turn then, and then you can easily go and build on over here. Obviously we can even go into the station, which is ridiculously, but yeah, it would be enough to go on with one piece over here. So we could slightly move away from the station. I don't know for what reason you would do that, but it is possible. So let's go a little bit to the right hand side so I can show you a few more of these nice elements. We have this kind of 3-lane hub, which is also a very cool addition. Now the same as I just explained happens to be working over here as well. We can also start the test for a moment so you can see already what's going to happen. Where the train is passing by and so on and so forth. Now you can make the same thing as I did down here. You can obviously always use it in a different way. You don't need to do it the way I do it, but you could also, for example, now go in, and I don't even know if this is, let's try something. I don't really know if that's possible. I'm just going to try this, build a little bridge over here. There we go. And now let's go all over around here. I just want to try if we can connect those two, and it would automatically notice in which direction it needs to go. Let me just delete that. I don't know if that's working, because actually it needs to be the other direction, so I'm fairly confident that we won't be able to connect those two now. But let me just try. Oops, there we go. Right, and yeah, we can't we can't really connect those two because they're going into different direction, and I can't really change the direction. So you always need to make sure that you're going into the right direction, which always would follow the lead of this one. So yeah, actually if you go on here, you would now have to connect into this one. But there is even more what you can do, and if you want to go, for example, with something like that, because obviously it was a bit hard to make a turn right here, you can use this thing. This is a T-junction left. We have also T-junction right, and you can also see like this is the direction we are going for, so like a left-hander would make more sense right now. And then you can basically do this all over the place, so connect everything. As you can see now already from building this is a pretty cool thing for big park areas, for big world trade fair areas or whatsoever, where you have to move along the areas and be very close to each other and close to the other track. That's really a cool thing, and I love how this works. And here's the thing, what you can do as well is, and this is where the stop is good for, I think if we just go over here, oops, let me just check, we can just build straight through it, right? And this would also help us to make sure that we can connect to those various intersections, and there we go. What happens now is you have these intersections. They are not really planned, but you can do it, obviously. That's ugly Z fighting, but anyways. You could actually make a stop over here and actually time it really in the way you need to time it, so that if there is another train coming, really it is waiting until the other train passes so that they don't go through each other. That makes perfect sense to me, to make it really an enjoyable ride. But now we need to do something else, and there's also another option, because you have seen maybe over there that we have some canopies and stuff over the thing, and there is another tab on the right hand side where you can do optional lights, and therefore oops, I didn't want to open the camera effects, I just wanted to make nighttime. There we go, nighttime, and now you can see that. Let me just edit this one, please. So if you go into edit mode again, you can just check the optional lights, and therefore we need to do a full canopy. And oops, is this autosaving? Obviously it is autosaving. God damn it, I hate autosaving. So there we go, and you would have some light. I don't even know if you can see them right now. You can also make snap to grid, which makes this whole thing snap to the grid, which is down here, so it slightly moves down. But yeah, I don't really need that, so we can just leave that off for a moment. We have different possibilities to actually use this canopy. So we can also go with just a right wall. So you can see it's hanging from the right hand side. So yeah, the left hand side is open. You can obviously go also with the left side. So only the left side is open, which makes sense if you have, for example, the connected way over here. The cool thing is, if we choose this one and we say full canopy, obviously you can only do a full canopy over here, and then it automatically creates a open middle section. So if you do it by hand, putting two next to each other, you have different options in general, but yeah. So that's it. And then you can also have and this is something where I just want to clap my hands for the guys at Frontier, because they also put in a canopy roof option. Yes, it's floating, but you know, there are people out there who are perfectionists and they want to make other pillars, they want to put that into another theme, for example, or whatsoever. Or there are crazy people like myself who are using stuff for different purposes. And only having this one as an option is amazing, because what you can do obviously now is to use this thing as something completely different. And therefore I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Let me just I'm just going to bring it over here to show you. I'm too lazy to create a new one. Let me go with no canopy for a second. So bring this thing, come on please, bring this thing all over here, and now come over here. So what you can use this for as well is you could actually go in and slightly, come on, slightly move it into the ground. There we go. I should go a bit more in here so that I'm going to line up just perfectly. Bring it back to 0 degrees so that it stays at this height. So there we go. Now we are below the ground. You can't really see it. And now I can go. I want to have the left canopy wall. And there we go. we can, oops, I should just make this a bit more straight. Hello, come on please, there we go. You can just make this positioned completely next to the pathway right now. Just going to follow this a tiny bit. I mean, you could make that a lot better than I just do it right now, because I'm too lazy to do it completely precise at this moment. But I think to just show it, that will be enough. Just to go over here and bring it in. I mean, that's the way how you would make actual precise fences. Whoops, I just need to bring that down a little bit and bring this just over here. Can I just shorten it even more? No, I can't. So that's why I need to... Wait, let me just delete the last one as well. Can I just... I just want to delete this and now increase the length of that one. There we go. Boom. Okay, cool. And now you could actually go in and just select this one and keep deleting what you need to delete. There we go. And you could actually go in here and, oops, can I just select this? There we go. And you could actually obviously change the colors then to, let's say, black, or what does fit this area, maybe even more, going into a dark green. So there we go. I don't want to have bluish pillars though. I want to have black pillars, so make them black. I don't want to have the railing over here in white, so it's kind of silver. I want to have it in green. No, not that kind of green. Let's make it this green, for example. And the bluish would be for the supports, but since you can't see them, it doesn't really matter. And now, yeah, just delete it, and there we go. So very cool, because this really, you know, there is actually no poly from any scenery piece in. It is more tidy than you can ever do it with just fences and stuff on your own. And what you obviously can do as well is you can easily recolor the whole thing without grabbing all the pieces, and it looks fairly awesome, I have to say. So this is also why I will play around with that. And so you can already tell why I'm so happy that they chose also to give me the option just to use the canopy, so I could make my own pillars or whatsoever, or just use it, for example, as a normal roof for something else. So that's pretty awesome, I have to say. This ride really is, for me, the center part of the whole thing. And one thing I want to show you again is the animation of the doors, because I'm just loving it so much. Wait a second, need to why is that okay? So there we go. Alright, so now let's put the game on pause, because I want to have the perfect view onto it, and I'm also stopping to talk for a second so you can hear the sounds a bit better. There we go. I just love what they did with that thing. I mean, this is so super awesome. I also love how much they paid attention to making it really look like I mean, it's fairly modern, but it still was done in the 90s, or even more early. I don't even know when it was introduced, but it has this really retro futuristic look to it. I really bag it. So like it's really as if you would have taken a car from that time and just make this little thing into it. It's really cool. I just love how that looks. Also, I love how this whole system works with the canopies, that they really do belong to the road and are not just only a little thing that is above this one. I love how you can play around with these unique elements. So it's obviously the first ride that features these kind of elements. So I'm wondering if that might be a hint that we see something like that in the future for different rides as well. So for example, having a switch track, or I don't know, maybe at least having something that goes more into, let's call it kind of special elements. I do remember from Phantasialand, for example, the Moro coaster having the little elevator and then connecting the road types to the drop again. All these kind of things that are pretty much special elements of a coaster. That would be super awesome to have in the game, if I'm honest with you guys. So yeah, that's it about my little overview of the People Mover, because I thought this ride needs a little bit more of attention, and not only just the few seconds I talked about this while I was making the whole overview. Why is the game on pause even though? There we go. Just have a nice little last view of this People Mover, because I'm just, oh, look at that. I just love this thing. I'm just going to spam all my parks with the People Mover because it's just so awesome. But yeah, so as I said, guys, that's it. Oh, by the way, I used this little trick over here already to test how this works with pathways. So obviously this bridge is also done with the People Mover, just to show you that I have experimented with that already. But yeah, guys, that's it with the short update video about the People Mover, the polarity in the game. I shouldn't call it People Mover all the time, but I do. So apparently, just a little reminder, you can win a DLC code from the giveaway down below in the description. That was a Rudy rap only for you. It was not even a rap. Anyways, have a great Monday evening, guys, and make sure to grab your hands onto the DLC tomorrow. Hope you enjoy that, and hope also you enjoy your evening. See you then, and bye-bye.